Nanomachine, son!
Hello everybody, I'm here and I'm back, and of course my webcam is a little bit tilted in the wrong direction as per usual. Something that I'm never gonna master. We're back. It's a continuation of the Metal Gear Rising Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And so far we have defeated like 2 boss fights, I believe. And it was a pretty fun experience for the like first 3 hours, 3.5 hours of the game. I believe that a lot of it was the codec options, the codec conversations, but quite honestly, it's still a Metal Gear game that was there, where the Kojima productions were still with Konami, so the very long conversation options that are putting a light on the characters, that are putting a light on the lore, that's actually pretty normal. So that is that thing. And because I had to finish earlier today because of the storm, yesterday's weather was just absolutely bonkers. It was ridiculous. And at one point we had like sunny weather, like right now we have behind my window. But it was started suddenly there were thunders just doing their own things all over the place. Then five minutes later it was dark, it was raining, it was pouring, but no thunder. Next 5 minutes it was sunny again, but it was started raining again. Then it was just clouds and thunder, and I just did not know what to do, because when there's a thunder outside, I usually like to play it safe, and I like to turn off my PC and unplug it from the electricity. That's what I usually do. Therefore, yesterday's weather just simply was like, I simply did not know what to do. Anyway, 10 minutes after I have finished the stream, the weather just cleaned up, you know, just randomly cleaned up, you know, and I was quite pissed about that, because I don't like when weather plays tricks on me like this. I truly don't. Anyway, guys, without further ado, switch the screens, and let's go. Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. Let's continue the playthrough. The game is currently turning on. I'm gonna try to skip the intro. The menu screen is actually pretty damn loud, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Yep, continue. Yesterday we have not really finished the game properly, because we have finished all the conversation with Courtney, and like I said, I had a storm, so I had to like exit the game really fast. We still have 2 conversation options with Doctor and the Wolf, so let's listen to that. Let's get the codec options out of the way. By the way, this is gonna be probably the only time when I'm gonna use the codec conversation options, because they are pretty long. I'm just gonna keep this playthrough as in kind of an archive as well. And next time we ever gonna listen to like codec conversations in this game, if it's I'm gonna plan to do the story playthrough. This is my first playthrough, so you could also consider that to be a story run as well, in which I'm gonna try to explore as much as I possibly can. Anyway, let's listen to the Doctor. I'm gonna consider that to be a cutscene in itself, so let's move on.
Doc, I'm seeing desperado cyborgs explode here after I take them down.
For security purposes, I would imagine. Cyborgs often use classified tech from suppliers who take great pains to maintain their trade secrets. Most likely, these models have a self-destruct failsafe that triggers once they cannot defend themselves.
So they die even though their brains could be transferred to a new body?
I understand your concern, Raiden, but I'm sure these conditions were clearly stated in their contracts. This is one area that is well regulated by the law. PMCs must inform their workers of such things. These men knew the danger when they signed up. No doubt they were compensated for the additional risk.
Right.
You should be more concerned with the potential for data loss in these explosions. They could damage or even erase the holographic memory in their left hands. Though to think on it, the data is most likely automatically wiped before detonation, just in case it would survive the explosion and resulting shockwave, you know.
Yeah. Sure, Doc.
You must remove the hands before the critical system shutdown sequence can activate. Remember it this way. Before you kill, make certain no cyborg is left with a left hand.
Ha 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 ha. Funny, Doctor. Very funny.
Raiden, have I told you of the research I was conducting before we met?
Several times.
It was the Cold War. East Germany. The DDR. My field was infantry weapon research. It was a magical time. Secret research. Top secret, you know. All for the Soviets, but so exciting. I was free to explore wherever my findings took me. I never had a budget request refused. Not once. I was young then. Working, always working. Most nights I would sleep under my desk, you know. Call it nostalgie, but East Germany wasn't so bad. Nostalgie being German for East nostalgia, of course.
Of course.
Yes, the bureaucracy had its problems. But my colleagues, the discoveries. Well. In any case, after unification, they suddenly shut down our entire facility. Everything I'd worked for, my job, my research, poof, gone just like that.
Sounds rough.
I've often said I would be a homeless vagrant if myoelectric prosthesis hadn't lent me a hand. Artificial limbs were crude props then, you know, designed only for appearances. They were hardly functional. If you lost an arm or leg, you were disabled, and that was that. The key was running actuators based on electromyography signals from the skin's surface, of course. This enabled a great range of movement, even more so than a natural limb. It was then I realized my knowledge of robotics and engineering could come in handy. So, I contacted a prosthesis laboratory in Dortmund, and I was hired immediately. Patents filed in my name made quite a bit of money, you know. Soon I was made the head of my own lab.
And that's when you started filling orders from PMCs.
Indeed. From contractors who'd been referred by their employers, to be exact. Workers from your industry quickly became our best customers. We were flooded with orders. But my field was never full body conversions. You can imagine my surprise when Boris contacted me.
Yeah. Our previous cybernetics maintenance guy went into hiding.
But I built on my knowledge and now consider myself an expert on all cyborgs, both partial and full body.
Glad I could help with your on-the-job training. Seriously, though, we're lucky to have you on board.
Yes, I should think we have both benefited from our arrangement. Which reminds me, do not forget our other arrangement. The cyborg's left hands, if you would.
Got it.
Raiden, are you fully versed in the features of your AR display? It can serve many functions, you know.
Do I hear un lecture coming on?
A lecture? No, of course not. I'm hardly an expert. Of course, I know the first practical application of the technology was for aircraft HUDs. Then head-mounted displays, HMDs. The data could be seen even as the viewer moved their head. As the technology improved, it was integrated into retinal imaging, contact lenses. Soon it became standard issue not just for pilots, but infantry soldiers as well. Of course, with cyborgs such as yourself, the data can be fed directly to the optic nerve.
No lecture, huh? Anyway, there's more to my augmented reality than just upgraded HMD tech.
Of course there is, Dummkopf. You did not let me finish.
Oh, you weren't finished?
AR is a much broader concept. It is more a design concept than a particular imaging methodology. It encompasses HUDs, HMDs, any and all manner of visual real-time data overlay. Though recently, some reserve the AR label for virtual objects the subject can both see and touch. For example, your codec menu and zoom slider. Such objects do not exist anywhere in the real world, not even as images. They are fed directly to your optic nerve, so only you can see them. Yet, when you interact with them, sensory feedback is delivered to the nerves in your fingers. It gives you the sense of touching a thing that does not exist.
Beats lugging around a sat radio and giant scope, that's for sure.
There is another school of thought on precisely what constitutes AR.
Seriously, more of this?
It defines AR as anything which obscures the boundary between reality and that experienced by the viewer.
Well, how would that be different from VR?
Well, for example, let's say that you and I are having a nice chat face to face. Suddenly, I disappear, poof, and in my place appears a ravishing, nubile young woman. Is the girl the projected image or the reality? Perhaps I was the AR. How would you know?
The accent might be a clue.
Such things can be controlled with a simple hack of your auditory nerves.
Well, that's comforting. So how is this different from VR again?
Well, I suppose, strictly speaking, it is rather similar. Both are a method for completely fooling the senses, rather than simply augmenting them. Although, technically it would be MR, mixed reality, since there are some real elements involved. Yes, of course, that would be the distinction and the correct term. In any case, the advance of MR technology leads to many interesting philosophical questions. What happens when appearances cease to have meaning? It is no longer see it to believe it, after all. It could make for a great advance in cyborg acceptance, you know. They could project a perfectly normal human body to be seen by anyone who can perceive MR.
I don't know. Sounds like it might cause more problems than it'd solve to me. Hey, Doc. What can you tell me about the carbon nanotubes used in artificial muscles? I know they're the real key behind the proliferation of cyborgs, but...
Well, a carbon nanotube, or CNT, is a sheet of carbon graphite formed like a tube. They range from 15 nanometers in diameter all the way down to under 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer, you recall, is 1/1 billionth of a meter. Quite small. As you've likely seen, the carbon atoms that make up the sheet are organized in a 6-point ring shape. These hexagonal structures are connected to each other along their edges.
Sort of like a soccer ball.
Precisely. Such structures are known as Buckminster fullerene. CNTs were discovered by accident while scientists were researching other fullerenes. CNTs have assorted properties, each with the potential to drive vast leaps in industrial technology. Consider, for example, that the conducting properties and resistance to strong currents far outclass copper. They have great mechanical strength and can be shaped into incredibly thin form factors, all of which can directly contribute to improving integrated circuits. Furthermore, the atomic links in sp2 carbon are the strongest of all types of atoms. Its tensile strength is greater than even diamond. All that, and its weight is only half that of aluminum. It is also quite elastic, making it ideal for bomb-proofing vehicles, buildings, and other structures.
Sounds like some kind of wonder material.
There have been numerous plans drawn up for orbital elevators in the past. The problem being that no material was strong enough to make them practical. CNTs make such dreams one step closer to reality. You can change their structures by using the right power voltage, and they can withstand temperatures between -190 and +1500 degrees centigrade. They feature a large surface area and an empty space within the tube. This allows for such things as fuel and catalysts to be stored inside. It's that particular trait which has enabled the development of fuel cell-infused artificial muscles.
Straight out of sci-fi, huh?
Well, truth is stranger than fiction. Science fiction, even. Scientists are currently expanding upon all of CNT's uses. But it has taken a fair amount of time since their discovery for practical implementations to pop up. Historically, mass manufacture was deemed too difficult, the costs astronomical.
Practical manufacturing methods were established in the early 2010s, but the Patriots hushed that up.
Indeed. And now that it's out in the wild, we are finally well and truly in the carbon nanotube age.
Hey Wacko, how you doing? Glad to see you here. We're currently going through all the codec options before we're gonna continue with the actual game.
Remember now, Raiden. Left hands. Recover as many as you can.
I got it, Doc. I got it. I'll bring back all the flash memory you can handle.
Holographic memory. It's very different from standard semiconductor memory, you know.
Yeah. But it's still solid-state storage, right?
Well, yes, but they are perhaps more different than they are similar. Holographic memory utilizes the same optical interference that holograms rely upon.
Right. That image is used to appear 3D.
Traditional media reads and writes bits on a two-dimensional surface in linear fashion. Holographic memory, however, does this in 3 dimensions, using light at different angles.
And that gives you what?
Speed. It can read over a gigabit of data in a second. And capacity. A 2-inch square cube of lithium niobate crystal can store 4 terabytes of data. It is also highly resilient against data loss caused by damage to any part of its media. This is because the bit information is not localized, but used as an optical diffractor across the medium. For battle data, there is no better type of storage.
Beats having a hard drive clacking away inside your arm anyway.
Indeed. Spinning media. Hard to imagine we ever put up with such nonsense.
4 terabytes in one little cube. Like, imagine that in computers in like 50 years from now.
So, Doc, what kind of data can you extract from those left hands anyway?
Oh, all manner of information. But the short list? Energy consumption, damage level, intracranial and blood pressure, blood sugar, other vitals, GPS history, speed and acceleration data, radio and optical readings, recorded computations from the internal expert battle support system.
Doc.
Time-stamped readings of distortion and acceleration gauges whenever the body was impacted. Stress is applied to the CNT muscle fibers in all 4 limbs, as well as any localized breakdowns.
All right, Doc.
Power consumption rates, remaining battery charge, type and amount of weaponry used, codec logs and wavelengths, voice transcripts, encryption methods.
Okay, Doc, okay. Sorry I asked.
As a field of technology, cyborg warfare is still in its infancy, you know. It is my duty as an engineer to collect and analyze as much data as possible for every conceivable situation. The resulting database will help drive future technology, both modifications and advances.
Makes sense. But why the left hand? Why store it all there?
Accessibility. A unit can remove it with its own right hand, or it can be recovered if the unit is damaged. I would advise you not to remove your own holographic storage, however, unless absolutely necessary. To facilitate recording of everything you see, hear, and so on, it is tied directly to your cranial nerves. So, each time the storage is connected or disconnected, your hippocampus is stimulated. This can result in memory loss, flashbacks, and all manner of unpleasant effects.
Yeah, I have some experience with that. It's a little more than unpleasant.
Perhaps we could chit-chat later, Raiden. I'd hate to occupy too much of your time.
Okay, so he's done. Now let's go for Wolf.
Wolf? You're a one-of-a-kind prototype, right?
Correct. I was originally conceived as a weapon to replace humans and cyborgs. Conversation and intelligent decision-making were deemed essential to the role. The project was eventually canceled after 3 years in development.
Why?
I have intelligence, but I lack a specific quality essential to any combatant.
What's that?
Brutality. I am not human, thus I lack the brutality inherent to humanity. I was shut down, then revived, apparently on Sundowner's orders.
Sundowner? But what's he want with you?
Unknown. A manifestation of his sense of humor, perhaps. As a machine, I am more sensitive to my fellow man than an actual fellow man. This amused him.
Guy has an odd sense of humor. So, you were under Mistral's command all this time?
I originally took orders from Sundowner, but not for long. As a novelty, I did not last. Mistral saw more potential in me.
What'd she see?
Unknown. However, she apparently enjoys the company of dogs. She demanded 100% obedience. As long as it was given, she treated me well.
She was looking for companionship?
That I cannot say. I still have relatively little communication experience with humans. My ability to read emotions not explicitly expressed by speech is lacking.
Wolf? You're a one-of-a-kind prototype. Why? What's
brutal? I am.
Okay,
son,
so we are basically done talking with everybody. I'm gonna check the customization, so that I can just switch to this screen. I'm gonna check the customizations, and we're simply gonna continue with the game. The mouse. That is annoying. Main weapon. Well, I still cannot buy this. I can definitely enhance my sword over here. Yeah, pole arm is already upgraded, so we cannot do anything over there. What about life? Life is also one-time enhanced. Fuel cells, same thing. I got some new skills. I got one new skill for a blade. I'm gonna put a sweep key, an updated version of Raiden's cyber body firmware that improves reaction speed in his inner hip muscles, enabling him to nimbly lower his body and execute a special foot sweep maneuver. Thunderstrike. Turn air pressure into a shockwave. Shockwave might be actually pretty good. Upgrades the functionality of his gyroscope systems, allowing him to twist freely in the air and dive down like a lightning bolt to kick foes with devastating results. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. I think I'm gonna go for Thunderstrike. And that's it. At least for now. Yeah, exit customization. Because I'm not gonna customize my skin. There's no point. At least not on this difficulty level. Okay, so this looks like a scan. Okay, so that's slashing. What if I want to change my weapons? Hold up, because my brain is getting confused as hell. Electrolyte containing the molten electrolytes. Maybe it's with the right analog stick that I need to do something. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. That's a half blade. Well, I cannot do anything. Still. Anyway, let's just move on. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a box. Let's see what it has inside. A repair nano thingamajig. Looks like ration. And that looks like a freaking gorilla.
Better take out that UG quick. You don't want to attract too much attention down there.
That should do it. Alright, game, let me pass.
I see a maintenance catwalk. Use it to conceal yourself if necessary.
Oh, it's these guys. I can find a lot of them. It seems. There's like, I can fight two of them at the same time. No, there, yep, there's two of them now. I cannot drain the energy out of them, which is sad. These guys are doing quite a lot of damage, not gonna lie. Okay, still kick, okay. Well, I think I missed the ticket for healing. Oh, so the because I just pressed up on the directional button and that just used one of the healing items. Interesting. I still don't know how to use the polar arm though. Okay, so this looks like a path forward. There's some kind of a hole. I want to see what's on the other end over here. There's nothing. Okay. Straight to the point.
Right. There is a boy in these sewers.
A boy in the sewers, they say. Okay. Yeah, not this time. Not gonna surprise me. Oh, good. T-Rexes.
Get out of here. A ninja! Cowabunga! Go ninja! Go ninja! Go! Oh, yeah.
Damn, they can parry. Wait, I thought I killed that thing. There we go. I guess some of them are actually pissed now. I would like to move, thank you. Oh my god, these guys are also annoying. Like every single move they are parrying, it's like every no matter what I'm doing, it's just every move. What an annoying fucking enemy, dude. I would like to attack them, like, you know, that the thing that usually makes sense in the slasher games. I don't know what's with this enemy, like seriously. Also using your left analog stick to I actually forgot what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, using the left analog stick to like get yourself out of like a stun or anything like that, it's annoying. I never really like that.
¿Estás bien?
What you say?
Oh.
Me a Guyanese from Guyana. You speak English?
Yeah, I'm from America. Call me Ryden.
Me name George, like Georgetown.
I mean, Jeff.
George.
I couldn't have called
And just
myself.
like all damn America president.
Yeah. So what are you doing here?
Me? What the rest of you do here? You lose the map of Ninja Hideout, Ninja Man?
No, I'm looking for bad guys.
Ah, damn Skunter research lab.
You know about it?
Me know me now go back. Hey, you not one of them skunt, nah? Nah, I guess you're alright. If you're a cyborg, you know who they is?
Sort of. What happened to you?
Oh, me been live on the street, rake and scrape for a bob, nah? Then this Kootenai dressed like the mafia say, hey boy, you want a job? What the worst gonna happen, nah? But that mother scunt don't put me on a ras boat. They pack us all a big old dirty container. Next thing we know, we're here at that zombie lab.
All kids? Like you?
God
Yeah,
bless person
and
who have
why.
made
But
subtitles
then
for
we don't
this.
really hear what them scunt wanna do. Snuff us out. And got all day again.
So you ran.
Uh-huh. Is she me not a bad-ass robot ninja man, same as you? Ha! Me been strongest cyborg ever. Warlock all them phantoms in black clothes that eye pass me.
Starting to sound like a bad guy yourself.
Just plain, nah? Me done plenty bad thing. But me not kill no man. Nah, never.
Good.
Me tried to warn the boy. I say, IOD's brain would get cut out. Run your ass out of there. But them boy with me no understand. They like Spanish or something. So me the only one for escape. Then that machine come after me and...
And I know the rest. George, I need every detail about how you escaped.
Oh.
So the kid got into the sewers through a drainage channel?
Yeah, he says the channel is super tight, but there's some kind of shutter next to it.
Got it. That must be where they dumped the waste.
There's something else. It sounds like a Desperado exec was on site yesterday. If a Sentry Cyborg was on hand for the meeting.
You should be able to review their video log, provided you can find a server access terminal. That would give us the evidence we need, as well as a little peek at the level of their technology.
So what about the kid?
I made sure the area was secure and told him to sit tight. Can you pick him up?
Sure. I'll send a couple agents for him. You just focus on getting into that lab. If what he said is true about the organs, we need to hurry.
Agreed. Riding out.
Heavy UG activity ahead. It is possible they are conducting test operations while the lab is closed.
They're not gonna make it easy to get into that lab.
A
There's
box?
some way you could sneak past? It's a box. How's that gonna help? Oh, it's for medical supplies. That could work, actually.
There's got another data. A cardboard box, which is pretty much a crucial element of Metal Gear games. Okay, so that's recovery. And I'm gonna need that. This is the choice of weapons. I can only choose pole arm. How do I choose the box then? Camera, please work with me. I hate using left analog stick to like unstun myself. I really do not like that. It is not my favorite method. It was used so many times too in so many different games. Okay, I don't know where... How about you stop running away from me? That would be nice. Getting out the battery from these guys seems to be a little bit complicated. I think I just missed my chance. There we go. Got a battery.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
A colors... Okay, it's probably gonna be a trap, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's a side quest, why not? I didn't even expect it from a quite linear game like that to...
You're under attack!
Okay, I don't know what this enemy is, but... Hey, why not? One down. Oh, that two more at the same time now. Yeah, I don't think that worked in Peculiar. There we go. So when it comes to this quest, there's apparently one more word marker. There it is.
Very good.
That should do it. Now, which way am I supposed to go? Because I know I have backtracked. Oh yeah, through the door downstairs because we have found those. What I'm gonna call them is gorillas. I don't know the names of those enemies. I don't even know how to use some of the items in this game. Like, I don't know how to use the box. Like, I go into the menu over here, but I have no... Oh, there it is, the C box, instead of using the missile launcher. Okay. Left button to hold and where. Yep, that's a classic Metal Gear Solid right there. With wearing and hiding in the box. I wonder how well it actually works.
Determined the approximate location of the lab based on the boy's information. It is marked on your Soliton radar.
Okay, so allegedly the thing is up north. I see a room over here that granted me another electrolyte pack, which is not bad. Yeah, it's more of these slidey boys. I guess I could try to sneak past them. You know, the good old original Metal Gear Solid style. Even though the original Metal Gear Solid style says clearly, like, stick to the walls, look behind you. I mean, not look behind you, look behind the wall. Use your tranq gun. That's the most important. Use the tranquilizer. I might get it. Yeah, I got detected. Because it's, and, oh, they're immediately replacing the units. Well, that's interesting. Does that mean that they have, like, infinite supply? Because the game demands it? I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, really. If that was true. I wonder how the game is counting the amounts of parts. Is it count amounts of parts left? Or amounts of parts that I have created with my own blade? Yeah, it seems like these guys are gonna spawn infinitely. Can this thing actually lead me somewhere? Because it looks like it just runs in circles all the time. And I'm pretty sure that this is area where I have just entered a second ago. Oh, no, actually not. Hold up, because I see the box over here.
Raiden, I have discovered the entrance to the lab. Sending coordinates to your Soliton radar.
Entrance to the lab. It's the same. Yeah, okay. There we go. I think I don't really have to sneak around with him. He's not gonna detect me anyway, as long as I'm behind him or on his side, or to his side. The holographic wall. Okay, nice. Oh, wait. I see the polearm is with the R2 and triangle, not just with the sword. Okay, now I have a chance to use the polearm. I'm definitely gonna do that. And another box, that's C box. Damn. The polearm I'm definitely gonna have a little bit more range. So I'm gonna try to use it a little bit more than just the sword.
Ah, this would appear to be the UG maintenance area. You should find a terminal there. Something they use to upload mission parameters to the UGs.
And something I can use to access the lab's main server?
Perhaps. But first you need to take a dump.
Wait, what?
A dump? A digital optical output mounted proxy. You'll need one to interface with the terminal. Most any UG should suffice. A tripod or the like.
I'll see what I can come up with. How do I use it?
Simply connect to it. You should be able to use your communications outlet to control the proxy
The
UG.
Doom?
All right, let's give it a shot.
I think it's a little note to Metal Gear Solid 2. In Metal Gear Solid 2, if you want to save your game, I believe, if you want to save your game or something, it had something to do with progression. I cannot really recall. You have to connect to a node, which was like this, like a huge PC platform that was like in the corners of the walls. And in the conversation in Metal Gear Solid 2, Raiden said "nerd," like N-E-R-D. And the colonel, well, wants to be colonel, said not nerd, node. So I think it's a little bit of a reference because here you see the dump. But if you could say it like a little bit clearer American or English accent in general, you would call it a dump. You need to take a dump right then. Alright, let's go and defeat these boys.
Right. I thought you said stealth ops were your specialty.
No, fuck stealth. It's a slasher. You're asking for too much when it comes to... You're asking UncleLander to be stealthy. Fuck that jazz. Okay, he just gave up.
Raiden, if they continue to increase security, they may shut out all outside network connections. Please do your best to avoid being seen.
Oh boy, so it's actually a stipulation of a mission to not get noticed, to actually be stealthy. Okay. I guess I really need to try. Well, now I didn't have anything to do with that.
Patriot intel, bring me more, and maybe I can develop something interesting from it.
Well, that was easy. Give me that A. I would give myself an ass. Give myself an ass. Funny.
For now, yeah. But that room, those were cyborg brain casings.
Duh, we saw.
George said they were harvesting organs from kids.
Yes, this must be why they are trafficking children. Perhaps other organs are being sold elsewhere, but they are definitely taking their brains.
Jesus, are they making these kids into cyborgs?
Wait, the cyborgs you've been fighting, did they seem like they might be kids? You said earlier that child soldiers have a telltale approach to combat.
Yeah, but I didn't see it here. Those weren't kids.
So, what? Desperado's just doing the surgeries there?
We've got to do something about all those brains. And the other kids George was talking about. He just escaped a few hours ago. They couldn't have taken all their brains out that fast.
True. There could still be a bunch of kids they haven't touched yet.
I better move.
Alright, that's electrolytes. Is there something that will allow me to open this door? Or do I have to make a little bit of a backtrack? Because I cannot slice through that. I think I need to do a little bit of backtracking. Or just open this.
Probably best you stay out of there. We don't want to risk harming any of the brains.
Okay, so there's that was the cutscene room. Fine, fine. So I guess it's backtracking. But then again, backtrack where? All the passages are locked. Someone tells me it's gonna have something to do with the elevator that is, or the escalator that is over here. Or maybe there's some kind of a passage that I just don't see. Wait. Wait a second.
Splendid!
I can actually take control of a freaking tripod?
Use it to locate a data input terminal.
That is actually
Guys are
great.
pretty jumpy now. Any funny business, and they might just open fire.
Try latching onto cyborgs' heads from behind. Then, an electric shock should knock them unconscious.
Okay, this is kind of a practice mode. This one is already pretty damaged. Yeah, I think I need to do this more stealthily. Yeah, this one is gonna get destroyed. I'm getting freaking pushed around. I'm gonna allow this one to be destroyed. It was a learning phase. There was nothing I could do, and they're still kicking. That's a mission failed. I hate that the mouse.
Splendid! It is all ours. Now, use it to locate a data input terminal.
These guys are pretty jumpy now. Any funny business, and they might just open fire.
Try latching onto cyborgs' heads from behind. Then, an electric shock should knock them unconscious.
Okay, so I cannot jump over there. I think this guy doesn't see, so I'm just gonna do this. Get shot, son. What? Okay, dude. I don't know if that's the door I need to use. No, I'm not. I know what you're talking about. You're mistaking me with somebody. Yeah, it's gonna be a low rank. D. Oh well. Oh well. Gonna try to do better next time.
Download mission data and such into the UGs. Let's try using it to access the lab server.
Okay, that was cute. The typical USB problems.
Raiden,
That
I
was
found
cute.
something. In one of the Sentry Cyborg's visual logs, guess who shows up?
Patch it through.
Sundown.
Right away.
It's Sundowner, isn't it?
Then send us what you do have. We've already commenced the planning.
The Sears program?
Yep. Same one old Georgie boy used on the kids in Liberia. Of course, it's right straight to the brain now. Feels as real as anything else.
Your work is astonishing.
And your work is late. We need to shit before our cover is blown. We've got some assholes snooping around.
We just do not have the full quantity yet. Each brain has its own unique requirements. It's not like we can just pop them out with an ice cream scoop.
All right. You've made your point.
Oh, thank you for understanding.
Say what you have now, or destroy any unharvested inventory.
Okay? But have you any idea what they cost?
Last I checked, children weren't exactly rare in the part of the world. Millions of them, in fact. You can get more once we set up a new lab. They lead lives of hunger and pain. We're performing a service here for them and the cities they burden.
But just gathering the donors required a significant investment.
Yes, you'll get the money. Accounting will be in touch.
Gracias. I assure you we will dispose of our inventory the instant we can confirm payment.
Are we done here? I've got a full slate today. Tecumseh is a demanding mistress, and America has suffered long enough.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me see you out.
You see that, Kev? Inmani's killer.
Desperado's chief of operations goes by Sundowner, the Californian wildfire.
The kids.
Think we're too late?
Only one way to find out. George was still alive. Maybe the payment hasn't come through yet.
Maybe. But you heard what he said. They've already started some brains on VR training.
There must be more than just what I found here. What about the VIP in the suit?
I'll find out. He definitely seemed familiar.
Right. I'm going after the kids.
Yeah, he definitely seemed familiar with all those memes. Hey kitten, how you doing? Amazing game. I actually like it. It's my first playthrough, but the amount of little Easter eggs, the amount of love that I can actually get from this game is actually pretty amazing, and I love it. Even though it's not really a stealthy game, but it's still I have fun playing this. That's right. I don't know what that means, but okay. There we go. There goes the left hand. That's all I needed. You're laying kind of in a bad position, so I cannot really extract his left hand. Maybe now, because he's kind of... Hold up. Yeah, I think this guy is done. Whatever, try to extract the left hand. And that was a glitch. Hope we're doing well this Sunday. There's something over here. Yeah, is there a way to like get for this item unless I can maybe slice the box? No. What about the catwalk that is above? Well, also no, so I guess I'm not gonna be able to pick up that item. Happens. Ah, yeah, I remember those boxes. Yesterday somebody on Discord told me about those things. That I need to open them with the blade thingamajig. Yeah, that means we have kind of missed one of the upgrades in the game that were available at the very start of the game, because I didn't know that those boxes can be opened with the blade mode. Oh well, I guess I can jump into customizations for a second. I'm not using mouse. Why the mouse is appearing in the middle of a screen? That is annoying. Okay, so there was something about endurance. Endurance 1 purchased. Eh? I just found the cell, haven't I? Maybe it's an automatic upgrade. Maybe I just bought the endurance upgrade and now with those, what I'm calling mods, nodes. Imagine just... Imagine sporadically just walking through like a scientific facility and just extracting spines left and right. I believe I gave him a haircut. A little too short of a haircut, but hey, it is what it is. Wait, oh, because the game resets from the closest save. I think I understand it now. But I see that box again. If it's saved before I picked it up, then that box should be quite available as we speak. Or I did something wrong. Oh, let me look around this area really quick. Yeah, by the way, I already have forgotten where that box with the item is. Or was, assuming it got picked up and it disappeared. Like, I believe it was somewhere... Okay, I actually don't know where it is. Just... Yeah, it even resetted this box over here. So that's one. Let me just look carefully. This item over there is probably the only item I cannot really pick. Because I quite genuinely don't know how. If I cannot do it, then whatever. Unless I can do this. No, I cannot do the slide, even though I wish I could. There must be something about over here that's gonna allow me to pick up this item. Maybe some kind of ability. Wait, there's something behind that wall. Oh, I think I understand. I'm supposed to use the little robots. Aren't I? I'm supposed to use the little robots to jump on those things. I actually wonder if I still can do that. Nope. Well, that part of the game is permanently locked away from me. Don't know how to feel about that. That could be... Those items could be useful. And now they are just lost in the wind. Never to be picked up or found again. It's a shame. Because this game functions in autosaves. If I want to get those items with the small eye again, I will need to reset from like the very beginning of the stream. Which is not gonna happen. So... Yep, I'm just gonna move on. I guess I cannot find that container. I guess it's got already been picked once and... It cannot be picked up for the second time, I assume. I bet if I can climb on that. Nope. If I could climb on that, the rider will automatically just climb on this because of the R2 button.
Bad news, Raiden. We can't find George.
What?
Maybe the coordinates you sent us were off?
No way. I merged the GPS location of our entry with all my movement data from that point on.
This is bad.
You think they got to him first?
I don't know. I'll have our guys sweep the area.
Thanks. I better keep moving.
Some BPs. What that is. Looks like a grenade. Okay, this looks like a battlefield. This looks like a place that could give me like 5 enemies at the same time. On one ginormous... Yep, that's a tank. That's a tank.
The bastard is blocking the way. Push that thing back.
That's one smart-ass missile. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me guess. It's gonna be one of these. I wish I could take it like a separate target. Just always gonna aim for this. Yeah, that looks like a waste of missile. There must be some kind of a method against him. Yeah, I cannot jump above him. Every single thing that I do, he just parries. I guess brute force is always working.
Then switch to biped mode. Careful, it is whole new battle now.
Getting unstunned with the left analog stick, I consider that to be annoying. I really don't like that. Okay, I guess I need to like remove all of his shields. I'm all for that. Yeah, I released the button. I could do this better. I definitely could do this better.
Right. I knew I'd seen that guy before. Stephen Armstrong. As in Colorado Senator Stephen Armstrong. They're already talking about him as a shoo-in for the nomination in 2020. And get this. 2 years ago, a federal grand jury investigated his ties to a certain private...
World Marshal. One of the biggest PMCs out there. I remember.
The biggest, ever since the Big Five split up. Not to mention the single largest investor in military cyborg R&D in the world. Guess that answers the question of who's backing Desperado.
Marshall and Desperado in bed together. Should make for some fun headlines.
Headlines? This is World Marshal and a U.S. Senator we're talking about. There won't be any headlines. Even without the Patriots filter, no major media outlet will investigate allegations like these. It'd be financial and political suicide.
So we just what? Sit back while they keep carving up kids, stand aside while they build an army of cyborgs? You heard them. We shut down one lab, they build another. They're planning something big, Kev. We can't just wait for it to happen. We need to hit them first and hit them hard where it counts.
No, Raiden, no. I know what you're thinking, and just no. Colorado is in America, and America has these things called laws.
Mm-hmm. And law enforcement in Denver was privatized and farmed out to...
Marshall, yes, so what? There are still laws, and it's their headquarters, for Christ's sakes. You'd be heading right into the heart of a raging shitstorm.
I didn't say it would be easy. We'll figure it out once the kids are safe.
Jesus Christ. Kevin, out.
Well, Kevin is definitely not peculiarly happy with the decisions of the Raiden. So this is a scan. How do I use the items? Okay, now it's a down button. Okay. And I think the endurance thingy that I just found, I think it got applied automatically. Because suddenly from 110% of health, I have 120. So I guess it's applied automatically. There's still a lot of things that I don't understand about this game because, well, like I said, it's my first playthrough ever. I'm enjoying the game, but I would need to play it constantly to actually get better at it. And I don't do that. I usually jump from game to game, because that's just how I play.
I got him. Not dead yet.
Yeah, but armless. I think I can either, yeah, just walk past the containers. That gives me another grenade. We also have flashbangs, which I never used. Someone tells me that I'm gonna regret using all those homing missiles. If there's one thing that is actually lacking from this game, which I don't know if it actually exists, auto-aiming.
Ah, an artificial blood cryopreserver. They must have begun preparatory freezing.
What do you mean?
That device is filled with synthetic blood plasma. It can slow the metabolism of a harvested organ, circulating this plasma to sustain oxygen levels. You can preserve an arm, a brain, any body part for several hours.
So what are they freezing, and why?
I could not say. Perhaps they plan to sell off the organs of the children they were told to dispose of.
Unbelievable.
You had best hurry, Raiden.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how the modern medicine have progressed. I know that this game happens a little bit in the future. But from what I know, when you currently transport organs, you just have those special freezers that basically can freeze, that kind of make the organ cold and still useful despite long hours. Cutscene.
Shit.
Hey, stop right there.
George. Raiden?
You've heard of chloroform? A potent anesthetic in smaller doses. But breathe too much of it? And adios, muchachos. Break that glass, and I'll blow his brains out. Surrender, or decide the needs of the many or the needs of the few.
Raiden, don't worry about me now.
Quiet, pendejo. Surrender. I won't ask again.
George, are you sure? I'm ready. Me life now so precious. Ting, what if we can take this skunt to hell with me?
Cállate.
That's all I needed to hear.
Stop it! Now! I'll kill him, I swear!
Well, rip George. There's no way that he could actually survive that. Yeah. A little bit of weaker thing. Mariachi uniform unlocked. Now I can murder and decapitate people in style. Customize random body? Yeah, sure, I can see what I have available. From main weapon. Can I make any enhancements? Oh, I can. Okay. Let's upgrade the strength of the blade. For now. Let's go for the unique weapon. Can I upgrade my polar arm? Yeah, I can add the strength too. I'm definitely gonna take that because I like pole arms. When it comes to the life, definitely endurance 2. Fuel cells, gimme. Obviously. And skizzles. What about the skizzles? I still had 24,000, so I kinda need to pick something else. A sweep kick, that's falling lightning. I'm gonna buy another one for the pole arm. That unlocks another one for the polar arm. Okay, let's go for the blade then. And that's then unlocks 2 new skills for the blade. Each one of them is more expensive. Sure, why not? What about the main weapon? I don't think that 6,000 points is actually enough. Yeah, I need 12,000. So next gonna go for absorption and energy. I should not buy weapon skills right now, but okay, I'm gonna go for absorption next. Then we're gonna go for energy. Alright, I'm good. As much as I can be good.
Baffled by the statement. Police are still investigating a motive. President Hamilton is on his way to the Middle East this morning for his scheduled visit with Pakistani President Farouk Salam. The meeting is viewed as an attempt by the U.S. to strengthen relations amidst a surge of anti-American sentiment in the region.
Yo, me ninja brother!
George, good to see you up and about. How you feeling?
Never better, nah? No pain, no more for star while them hunger space eat, and me never ever feel so awake, nah?
That's because your blood sugar levels are being maintained automatically. Beats the hell out of coffee.
Oh! Me been here you go while I got them scone in the base. Why the rasta you not take me with ya, huh?
Damn it, Doc. Sorry, kid. You'd just be in the way.
Aw.
Besides, I thought you didn't want to be a killer, right?
Me don't, but...
Killing isn't fun and games. Remember that.
Right.
Just crushing kids' dreams away, Raiden. Good job.
That's all I needed to hear.
Now!
It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back.
Yeah, just remember that.
What is this, Garnia? You cannot resign!
Sorry, Boris, it's done. Can't have a Maverick employee involved in a corporate raiding now, can we?
You could at least come talk to me.
No. It was time to break away from the old team, Boris. Past time.
You cannot take on Marshall all by yourself.
I won't sit by while they butcher little kids and ship their parts around like meat. It's sick.
It's not all so simple, Ryder. They import those brains legally. For medical purposes, it's all done.
Being legal doesn't make it right.
Ryder,
Hold that thought.
Fuck you, asshole!
will patrol ahead.
Military cyborg, you are not licensed to operate in this area. You're in violation of state and federal law.
Guess you better arrest me then.
183-104.7, threatening a peace officer. Deadly force is authorized.
I wasn't threatening anybody, but okay. I think to harvest the left hands, I need to approach them at a specific angle, because otherwise it's just not gonna work. Or maybe it's just specific enemies that I can basically perform that thing with. I need to take a look at a guide at like an efficient left-hand farming in this game, because I genuinely don't know how to do that. Like I do believe that it's gonna have something to do with them being in a specific angle and me being in a specific angle as well.
The road is blocked by barricades. We will proceed through the buildings. You will follow me.
Okay, at least I can try. Oh, hello, tank. Long time no see. Oh, now it's two tanks. Nice. I hate when the enemies are doing that. I would much rather press like Y continuously to get away from the like stun, from being stunned, or from stun status. Pick your evil. I would much
requesting the zone be designated for heightened security. Roger. Upgrading security status.
Lovely. Okay, I thought the right is gonna jump that automatically. I guess not. There we go. I know there's a VR mission thingy in the corner.
Your route through Denver has been plotted based on data culled from various security systems. I took the liberty of adding a guidance device to your chassis to ensure you do not stray too far. Handy, eh?
Yep, so handy. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use that door, but I also see these guys. I want to kind of kill them. Oh, that's a spine. Alright, let's use the door and continue on.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
Okay, so let's start with one thing. Raider have basically went berserk. Not berserk. That's Renegade, Rebel. And I quitted the Maverick even though I can still be with Maverick? The Maverick still actively helps me? I'm not gonna lie, I really like the controls of this game. For 2000, like what? 2013? This is the smoothest controls that I could ever expect. Like, the only thing that I would like to have from this game is just targeting. Active targeting. Which, by the way, I'm actually gonna take a look at that in the menu. If there is such a thing as active targeting. You know, like the one in Dark Souls. Options. Let me take a look. Yeah, controller vibration. Don't need. That's a key configuration. So no. Camera control, free blade mode, type A. Okay, let's not change that. Camera vertical. That's okay. Language, music. Yeah, I guess you don't have the aiming at the target thing. It's just not available, which is fine. That's okay. That's cool. Not every game has to have some quality options like Dark Souls have. By the way, besides, it's not even Dark Souls. It's its own game title, so it doesn't have to be identical. But I simply consider having the ability to aim at something to be a quality of life type of change.
Raiden, what's your status?
They trashed my car. I'll have to go the rest of the way on foot.
Do you really have to do this?
Look, I'm fed up with all of it. Companies like ours, yours, bend the laws when it suits business. Why not bend it when it can save innocent lives?
Raiden.
Boris, listen to me. That VR training, they'll be warped into killing machines. They'll be set on POWs, civilians. It'll be one atrocity after another.
Like what you went through.
We can't have any more Jack the Rippers. You saw what happened with George. I'm doing this, Boris. I have to. I can't save those kids from becoming cyborgs, but I can stop them from becoming murderers.
Say you succeed. Say you get all the brains back. Then what?
Just so happens I know un great cybernetic surgeon.
Doctor. But he cannot.
You won't change my mind, Boris. This is my fight now.
And your wife and son? What of them?
They're in New Zealand. Safe. Rose would understand why I have to do this.
All right, damn you. You do realize Marshall has the contract for law enforcement throughout the city. They are the law in Denver.
Yeah, we've met.
Well then. Officially, Maverick Incorporated condemns you and your actions as unlawful. And a pain in the asshole. Now, increase your codec encryption. Do not worry about the lag.
And unofficially?
I'll do all I can over the codec to help. I do not like what those Mudaki are doing any more than you.
Spasiba, Tavarish. Spasiba.
And that's another VR mission. There's plenty of missions, VR missions like that left in the game. We are definitely gonna make a repeated playthrough of this game because I like it. I like this game, but I need to play it on maybe on high difficulty. So after all, this is my first playthrough. I'm not really familiar with the slasher games like this or action slasher games, so I'm playing this on easy. But the next playthrough of this game definitely gonna happen normal. One thing at a time. Oh boy. That's a moo-moo. And it just pissed on me. One more? Okay, come over here. Is he actually holding a gun?
Raiden, you will find an elevator inside that office.
Hey, Delilah. Yeah, I use a webcam for over a month.
Buildings will minimize enemy encounters.
Minimize enemy encounters. Does it... Are you trying to tell me to use a box? Like over 2 months, come to think about it. No, never mind. There goes the box. Yeah, just break the shields. There we go. That's a regular RPG, but I can still take it. And no damage? I really did this with no damage. Well, I'll be damned. And I managed to collect the left hand. Don't mind if I do.
Doc, what's your status?
Doctor.
I am reviewing the pre-flight checklist now. I have hired contractors to handle shipping the brain units. We should be airborne in just a few minutes.
You sure you can pilot that chopper by yourself?
Right, of course. Need I remind you that we live in the golden age of unmanned flight? Even manned helicopters possess a robust semi-automatic mode. It is simple, really. So simple that I can continue to monitor your status and world marshal security from the pilot seat. I must say, for the world's largest PMC, their security procedures are quite poor. Quite poor. Sadly, I did not have the necessary permissions to override their plans. Nevertheless, the data I did find should prove most useful. So please, do feel free to contact me whenever you like.
Appreciate it, Doc.
Well, it's not every day one has the chance to collect so many brains. Think of the data, the research. Oh, and of course, your personal safety was a concern as well.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to move the pop filter a little bit to the left because it was not covering the microphone correctly. Now that it does, I can move on. I smell a chopper. Yeah, let me get that. Can I actually aim at you? Nope. What about this? Is that an item? Yeah, I can hide in the barrel. Okay, that's actually I think this is actually a reference to Metal Gear Solid 4. In Metal Gear Solid 4, you had the rusted barrel as a hiding spot. Okay. I think I see my predicament.
HQ, we could use some support.
What happened? What is going on? Raiden, answer me!
Okay. Sometimes the thing that's responsible for automatic jumping does not really function. Which makes for silly accidents like this. Oh, wait, there's someone over there.
HQ, we could use some support.
And again.
What is going on?
Okay.
Raiden, answer me! Raiden!
All right. So well, I cannot slice this. Is there something that I don't know about? Do I have to wait for this guy to like call the reinforcements and then I am able to move?
HQ, we could use some support. Roger that. Sending back up.
Okay. Oh, now the controls have reacted properly. Okay, okay, dude. Okay, dude. Okay, we got one more. How do I get you down, though? Oh, wait. I forgot that I can do just jump up in the attack. Yeah, but maybe not with the additional weapon. I could just simply shoot you down. How about that? Yeah, that should teach you. Thank you for your hand. That I could slice him up for energy, but it is what it is right now. Okay, for a second I thought I actually failed that jump. Is that a box that I saw over there? It is, okay. There must be a way to get for that box. Probably right behind, yep. Repair another site, nice. Well, hello there. Aren't you a big boy? Yeah, he did. Give me your energy, thank you. Anti-cyber sentiment. Gosh, the movement is just so nice and so smooth. It might be because of my PC, but also the other thing I have noticed that this game is so well optimized. And fight is over. Nice. I think maybe the only negative side that I have noticed so far is the fact that if you want to move forward, you have to wait for the game to actually kind of like allow you to do, like allow you to move. Okay, that's not the button I wanted to press. Still new to that. Wait, it's a hold button. What just happened over there? Like, I'm really trying to do what the game tells me to do, and I just can't. Like, I'm pressing left stick, but nothing is happening? Okay. I'm so confused now. Because the game really wants me to execute this helicopter, but I can't. Okay. I pretty much had to mash buttons randomly for this to actually work. That felt weird. I don't know why I was doing wrong. I was basically holding R1 and then this, and then I supposed to like jump on the missile, but from that point on I did not know what kind of button I had to press.
I got him.
Okay, I need energy. Alright. I see your hand over there. It would be a shame if somebody just cut it off. I picked it up, haven't I? I haven't seen falling on the ground, so I'm not really 100% sure about that one. Oh, fuck.
What's wrong? Answer me! Raiden! Raiden!
Well, that happened.
Enemy sighted!
Well, at least when you start on the check, you start with the full health, so that's good. Okay, see a commander. How about it so far? And I fucked up again. Yeah, I didn't know that I can fall down the building like that. Hey, Scar. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I just didn't know that I can fall down the building like that. And that's a dead civilian that they killed, not me.
You cannot proceed any further via the rooftops. There is a freight railroad underground. The elevator ahead will take you to it.
The elevator, you say? Okay. Oh, there's a box over here. Hold up. Nice.
Use your intellect, Raiden. Cut the wire.
Did this? Okay, I didn't know that I can actually cut the wire. The game actually called me an idiot. Oh my god, the game actually called me stupid. Okay, okay. I only have PC. I don't play on console. Consoles are a waste of money.
It would appear so. Likely part of Denver's old system. This city was a major transport hub in the early years of freight trains. This particular line appears to have been abandoned some time ago. It was originally constructed to transport supplies to an underground factory. But now, it seems even the electrical system is no longer functioning.
Yeah, it's pitch black in here.
As a cyborg, I trust this is not a serious concern.
Find your way through the darkness. Yay! Well, I have a night vision, so it definitely is not. But we have entered a new town, a new city, a new location, so I don't know if I can actually talk with Boris, Kevin, Courtney, Dr. and Wolf anymore. But I'm gonna see if there's a chance, because I want to utilize every single conversation option. Also, no, I'm not playing on console. Consoles for me are a waste of money, especially right now. They are cheaper, but it's basically the consoles will not work with me, despite the fact that I'm using a PlayStation 5 controller myself for certain games. Like this one definitely fits with the console controls, even though I could play on mouse and keyboard. I think in those games controller is a kind of a must. It's kind of the same with the racing games. But yeah, let's try to see if I can get any conversation options.
Boris, I want to check how raising the codec encryption level affects transmission.
Copy. Reading you 5, Raiden. You?
Loud and clear. I'm seeing a reduction in peak power when sending. We're on a broader direct sequence spread spectrum?
Da. Frequency hopping pattern changed to blue 1.
Copy.
Interference still appears below process gain, too. Hell of a system. Worth every dollar. What is your processing load?
I pinged HQ data storage with my tactical data line. The increase in latency is below 5%.
Хорошо. In that case, it will not affect mission. Our system is just one notch below toughest security available. Denver police cannot see we are even transmitting at all. All our communication is perfectly safe.
Copy that. Boris, you got anything for me?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Intel, advice, help. What we always do over the codec.
Well, yes, but in this case we had no official prep time. We have the map of Denver, but no briefing notes, no intel on enemy capabilities. I wish I could be of more help, but, well, I have nothing to work with. I'm sorry, Raiden.
That's all right. I know you're doing whatever you can.
But what about your robot dog friend? He's taking on scouting duty for you, yes? Why not try contacting him?
I mean, he has a right.
Boris, you got anything for me?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Intel.
Okay, so he doesn't have anything else to say. So let's try Kevin.
Jesus, Raiden, this is a little over the top. I mean, I've seen you pull some shit before, but it...
You should know me better than that by now, Kev.
I thought I did. Look, I know there's no legal way to stop World Marshal, but there has got to be an alternative to going on a rampage smack dab in the center of Denver.
No alternatives, Kev. I'm getting those kids out.
Raiden, that VR training, it's like what you did in Liberia?
Judging by what Sundowner said in Mexico? Yeah. That scientist called it the Sears program.
After ex-President George Sears, a.k.a. Solidus Snake.
Yep. Ironic that kid shares his name. Solidus trained child soldiers in Liberia while working as a CIA paramilitary. It's not a happy memory. All the drugs, the non-stop violence, it destroyed my sense of judgment completely. I was made to kill soldiers, POWs, civilians.
Raiden.
The next thing I know, Jack's back. I thought it was all in the past, but there I am, attacking a child.
You didn't have any other choice. Other kids would have died.
That's not the problem. I lost my cool back there. All I could do was think how much I wanted that guy dead.
A lot of us would have done the same.
Even if it meant killing George?
He's not dead, though. Actually, he really digs his new body.
Either way, I'm shutting this program down. Maybe they've got it better than me. They don't actually have to kill anyone in reality. But they're still going through the motions, having it pumped straight into their senses, just like real life.
All right. Just give me a call if there's anything I can do.
Sure. Raiden out. So let me get this straight. All law enforcement in Denver's been subcontracted out to World Marshal?
Pretty much. It's part of Colorado's small government initiative. When you're tasked with slashing a state's budget, privatizing the police force starts to make sense. Detroit was kind of the pioneer there. Armstrong spearheaded the idea, of course, back when he was still in the state senate.
No surprise. But the police force isn't all cyborg, is it?
Nah, no way anyone could get funding for that. Most of them are unmodified. New recruits or veterans from the old Denver PD. They handle most of the basic police work, like street patrols and investigations. Most cyborgs are part of the SWAT unit. They're sent out to handle riots, violent crimes, stuff like that.
Makes sense.
They're given separate roles in the force, too. Some specialize entirely in combat, others handle things like hostage negotiations. Some of the combat specialists are ex-US Army, but a lot of them are from overseas, too. A lot of them undergo the cyborg operation just to get a green card.
That kind of thing must go over great with the anti-immigration movement.
You know it. A lot of folks wanted a blanket ban on hiring immigrants for the police force. They get a bad rep for those helmets, too. Can't see their faces. They're required to keep their face guards up if they're not actively on a mission, though. Thing is, we're starting to see a wave of violent cyborg crime across America, you know? The way the police see it, they need more cyborgs on the force to deal with that.
Hope they have enough cyborgs to deal with me.
Right, how's the mechs? No headaches or anything?
No, why do you ask?
You're in a high altitude zone, remember?
Oh, right. The Mile High City. Didn't think I'd have to worry about altitude sickness yet, though. You're checking my stats, right? Oxygen density's only 10% off normal. Body's still in the green.
Yeah, I'm watching. Just remember, it's definitely gonna feel a little different from sea level.
Copy. You know, I didn't realize how big Denver's gotten. It was never exactly small, I know, but it looks like it's really blown up these past few years.
It's a good place to live. The tech sector's booming, people are moving in, and unemployment's low too.
I always figured Colorado's more about military than anything else.
Originally, yeah. Denver, like Colorado in general, is filled with federal agencies and defense contractors.
And NORAD and Peterson Air Force Base are just a short drive away, right? Over in Colorado Springs.
And then there's all the nuclear facilities, too.
Right. I remember hearing about the Rocky Flats plant.
Yeah, they manufactured the plutonium triggers that detonate nuclear bombs. It was shut down late last century for illegal pollution offenses. Of course, there's still a ton of military manufacturing activity going on in Colorado.
PMCs too, right?
Yep. PMCs like World Marshal. They've been on a buying frenzy, gobbling up a whole bunch of smaller outfits. That growth is what's enabled them to expand into the public sector. Their work in private policing has really boosted their profile.
I'm not necessarily against small government, but when you mix the public authority with private firms...
It never works out, yeah. This is probably obvious, but this police force is basically a full-on army. Don't go easy on them.
Don't intend to.
Also, when it comes to conversation of why I don't have a console, it's because I don't see much of a logic of buying one console like right now, only to figure out that in 2 years they're gonna release a stronger version of the same console, like the Sony does. I know that when it comes to the PCs, you got the same with the graphic cards and constant releases of the CPUs, but quite honestly, there is a larger difference of performance and price in console area, while in PC, usually there's a variety of options. When I get a PC, when I buy a PC, I buy it for 5 years, and that PC is gonna last me for 5 years.
So there's one more of the wins, right? Besides Sundowner and Mistral.
Yeah, Monsoon. That is,
You can skip the part about the name. I know monsoons are seasonal winds in Asia.
The word actually refers to seasonal winds anywhere, but yeah, it's usually used to describe the winds that bring Southeast Asia most of its rain.
Safe to assume he's Asian then, right?
Yep. His roots are with a Cambodian organized crime syndicate. Not ex-military for a change. He's fluent in Khmer, Chinese, and English. Rumored to have been involved in drug and human trafficking.
So what's he doing with a PMC?
Apparently, he converted to a cyborg body after being wounded in a gang shootout. I don't know the full story, though. Maybe he just decided PMC works better than the mob. The two worlds are closer than you might think. Boris has got a lot of ex-military buds that now work for the Russian mafia.
I guess either profession guarantees plenty of excitement if that's your thing.
Monsoon's no ordinary street thug, though. That much is clear from his record. And he was a master with the Psy even before he became a cyborg.
You think he's in Denver?
Probably, given that Desperado and World Marshal are basically one and the same. Careful down there. You okay, buddy? Looks like Wolf's posted some guidance data to your Soliton radar. Try following those markers.
Okay, so Kevin will not have anything else to say, because usually the conversation options in the codec in this game ends up with like 2, maximum 3 sentence thing, and then it's over, then the conversation is overlapping. So let's go for Courtney.
I heard what happened, Raiden. I don't know if I can offer much help, but at least I'm still here to save your data, okay?
Thanks. If things get bad, go ahead and delete it.
If worse comes to worse, I'll do it. But we're on an encrypted line, so we should be okay. Did you want to save?
Actually, going to think about it, I will.
By the way, what did Boris mean when he said those brains were for medical purposes?
They're not just spare parts. Legally, they have human rights. They just don't have bodies. They aren't covered under the Arms Trade Treaty. They can even be legally adopted.
Adopted? They're brains.
Not as the law sees it. These are street kids after all. Most of them have no ID or papers whatsoever. Local mobs gather these kids up, declare them for adoption, and then send them off to a U.S. medical facility for treatment.
So you're saying Desperado didn't actually buy those kids? Directly, at least?
They're not stupid, just evil. The basic idea is that the Mafia has these orphan kids, and Desperado pulled their brains, right? Now they need treatment, so the Mafia sends them to the medical facility to get them new bodies.
A World Marshal medical facility.
One that only exists on paper. Once the brains cross the border, next stop is World Marshal HQ. The plan is to put them into factory bodies and assemble the cyborgs here in Denver.
Pretty convoluted process.
If there's a silver lining to all this, it's that the first brains only shipped a month ago. Doc confirmed that in the data he's collected. You can speed up the VR training process for AIs, but not with human beings. So it's likely none of the kids have completed training yet.
Thank God.
That training, though. Sorry, I should get back. We can talk later.
Raiden? Once you get those brains back, what are we gonna do with them?
I still gotta discuss that with Doc. He's still got the brains from Mexico, but the human rights group wouldn't take them in. It didn't sound like it was going too smoothly.
Yeah, that's what he told me too. I can understand the NGO's position, but these kids, they're completely helpless in all this.
I know. We don't have nearly enough cyborg bodies for all of them. And if we want to give them child-sized bodies, they'd have to be almost entirely custom-made. For now, Doc's sending virtual environment data to their brains, just like their VR training. At least that should help cut down on their stress levels.
Yeah, but that only works up to a point, doesn't it? Doc said he can't simulate realistic human interaction with the tech we have right now. They must be lonely.
And they know lonely. None of them had families. That, or they were abandoned by them. For some of them, the real world might not be a whole lot different. You know what my childhood was like. I'd take life in an empty room by myself over that any day.
Raiden.
It's a work in progress for sure. But Doc will work something out.
So, there's really no legal recourse to stop World Marshal here? We couldn't leak that video of Armstrong or something?
Boris, Kevin, and I talked this over already. Not gonna work. The media would never show it.
I guess not. That's why PMC started advertising so heavily all of a sudden, isn't it? So they could influence the media.
Yeah. PMCs don't have anything to sell to regular people, but that's not what those ads were for. It's a part of the aftermath of the Patriots' plan for manipulating the public. Restricting press access, allowing cross-ownership between media conglomerates. A media empire as iron-fisted as any other dictatorship.
So much for freedom of speech, huh?
Yeah. The Patriots are gone, but their effect still lingers. It's just too good a scheme for the government to get rid of.
Alright, so we can't go to the news. How about uploading it to some video site?
It'd get buried in the noise. People fabricate videos all the time to discredit other groups and companies. But when it's bullshit the public wants to believe, then it spreads like wildfire. If they don't care, it doesn't get noticed, even when it's the truth.
Yeah. I guess videos aren't permissible as evidence in court either. Could the kids testify for us?
The only thing they know for sure is that they were tricked into coming here. I doubt many have even heard the name World Marshal before. No one can prove anything. The money's all been laundered. The courts can't do a thing.
So you're doing it by force instead?
Yeah. I'm not trying to kill any employees, though. Working for a company like this one's a crime, whether you know it or not. But I'm only after two groups here. The guys in charge and their contractors.
I hear you.
Beyond that, whatever it takes to unplug that VR program permanently.
What's up? No? Did you need...
No, just...
Okay, so that's all with Courtney, because that last conversation was basically a reference to Metal Gear Solid 2. And we already heard that like maybe twice. So we still have two characters to listen to. Doctor.
I trust you do not mind my telling George about you, Raiden.
Could have done without that, Doc. He didn't need to know I was here.
Well, there was no reason to conceal that from him. My intention was not to impugn you. He has a right to know. It's not as if he can simply fly over there and meddle in your affairs.
It's throwing off my emotional balance, Doc. Things like that can negatively impact the mission, you know?
However do you mean? You did the right thing, did you not? There's nothing to be ashamed of. George has the best body we can give him right now. And the rest of the children are also safe. And quite content too, I should add. It was your quick decision-making that saved them, Raiden. George's body will require regular maintenance, not to mention a replacement upon reaching adult age. But the expense is more than worth it.
You planning on signing him up with a PMC? Because that's the only job we're good for, far as I can tell.
Oh, you are quite mistaken there. Just consider it. The power of a machine matched with the nimbleness and creativity of a human. The construction and public works possibilities alone are endless. I saw a news piece on German TV just the other day about a cyborg plumber, in fact. Let's not forget about elder care either. One needs great strength to bathe and care for the bedridden. But it's also very delicate work, if you follow. Not the sort of thing you'd leave to a machine.
Sounds great. So long as we don't start replacing the old folks' bodies too, just 'cause they're old.
A valid concern, yes. I recall reading a comic like that once. An old farmer created a cybernetic body to fight evil military scientists and so on.
Yeah. But can't George do anything besides physical labor, though?
Oh, he has every right to choose another path. If he opts not to take advantage of his body's physical strength, he's free to pursue academia instead. His body provides a completely ideal chemical environment for his brain, after all. I can certainly see how that would prove handy in the realm of higher education. The only problem would be how to cover the costs. The issue of student loan debt in the US is thorny enough already, even for normal students.
Yeah. All this stuff's not just George's problem, though. All the other brains I'm gonna rescue will have to deal with it, too. Giving them bodies won't be the end of their problems. It'll be the beginning.
Indeed. On a happier note, though, excellent work in bringing George's lower body back. Now he'll very likely be able to produce children in the future. Bravo! I trust you're not still upset, Raiden.
About telling George about me? Look, let's just drop it, okay?
Gladly. I'm just glad I was able to assist you in operating the cryopreserver anyway.
I know, Doc.
Not that it's so difficult. With that pipe, you simply immerse the organs in the artificial plasma inside.
Yeah? I wouldn't think it was so easy to keep organs alive. How's it work, anyway?
Oh, it's quite simple, really. It uses chilled nanomachine-infused artificial plasma. That suppresses the metabolism and regulates the oxygen intake of whatever is stored inside. The nanomachines are fully self-pumping. Once hemoglobin is detected in the local environment, they release a flow of plasma into the organ where the body's original plasma is still present. When George's body was inserted into the storage cabin, artificial blood, chilled nearly to freezing point, automatically flowed in at the points of amputation. This dropped the internal temperature of the parts from 36 to 10 degrees centigrade. The result? The effective suppression of all metabolic activity. The plasma was also fine-tuned to keep the SpO2 level inside the organs at 90% or above. The synergetic effect of all this allowed the brain to reach the regenerative treatment facility quickly, before any cell tissue was damaged at least. A most effective device, I must say. A micro gas turbine engine enables it to operate completely autonomously as a standalone unit. Would have been tough to lug over to the hospital otherwise.
Truly state-of-the-art indeed. I suspect it cost as much as a well-stocked emergency ambulance.
At the risk of speaking inappropriately, this group certainly knows how to use its budget.
Guess I should be glad these guys have got so much money to throw around.
Hey Holtz, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're currently doing some codec conversations with every character because we started this chapter and we have not cleaned up the conversations whatsoever. So I want to do it right now.
So how long can George use that medical body he's in right now?
Well, the body's full shelf life has yet to be proven, but with regular maintenance, I would imagine 10 years or more. However, this is also a child's model. It will need to be replaced as he grows mentally and emotionally. But things have come together pretty well overall.
Guess that's gonna be a problem, huh?
It will. Also, this is the only body of its type I could procure on such short notice. I'm afraid the other brains will have to make do with their VR environment for now.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel right that George gets the only body, though.
Well, it was you who implored I do something for him, no? I assumed prioritizing him was called for.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, Doc. It was a pretty stressful moment.
We will have many more brains to watch over before long, I fear. Something I don't entirely mind, I should note. The more research subjects I have, the better. Still, some sort of decision regarding their long-term care shall have to be made soon. It will be some time before we're able to monetize any of this research, after all. As much as I might like to, I can't run this lab on good intentions alone, you know.
Yeah. We need to come up with something, and soon, for all our sakes.
We should be able to mass-produce child bodies in very short order, at least. By the way, I have a helicopter crew on standby to bring the brains back here should the need arise. I, too, will be departing in a little while.
Much appreciated, Doc.
Consider it an angel investment. Who knows what sort of new business I may be soon pioneering here.
Quick question, Doc.
Yes, Raiden.
Doc, those kids, how are they feeling?
Oh, after the chloroform, you mean? No need to be concerned. Thanks to your quick actions, the effects have already dissipated.
Good to hear. Why the hell were they using chloroform? I thought they stopped using it as an anesthetic ages ago.
Correct. Sevoflurane or isoflurane are the preferred inhalation anesthetics today. However, chloroform is still quite useful as an organic solvent. In certain doses, mind you. Otherwise, as that cretin mentioned, it can be a bit dangerous.
It certainly turned out dangerous for him.
Yes. In any case, its properties make it useful for an assortment of applications. The chemical synthesis of medication, for example, or creating the coolant used in modern cryopreservers.
Fascinating.
Indeed. Well, Raiden, wonderful work. Had you waited any longer before breaking the glass, things might not have turned out as well as they did.
Also, Holtz, I have took a look at the science lab chairs, and they're actually they have warehouses in Poland. So, if and when I'm gonna generate the funds for the chair, I'm definitely gonna buy one, because they have chairs that can hold my over 150 kilograms ass. So yeah, I definitely have noticed that they have nice chairs that we can just set up the material. You know, the foam material that's actually can travel some air. I see a lot of customizability when it comes to the arm support, the back support as well. Those seems like a very good chairs in a pretty good price. But first I need to generate the funds. But thanks for the suggestion. I have their page on my browser.
How's it going with the brain units, Doc? Any problems?
I hope it will.
Oh, they could not be better. They're being kept at exactly 36 degrees Celsius with a steady, uninterrupted supply of oxygen and glucose. Synchronizing them with our equipment posed some difficulty, but everything's perfectly stable now.
That's good to hear. What kind of VR are they getting?
I prepared very comfortable rooms for each and every one. It's not quite Schloss Neuschwanstein, but each one enjoys the equivalent of a 4-star hotel suite. Every room includes an attached pool and an extensive library of on-demand video programming. 3 meals are delivered daily, and while we're only able to do so much vis-a-vis taste sensation, it should satisfy the psychological need for food, at least.
Doesn't sound too bad. I wouldn't mind a little VR training like that for a change.
Oh, be my guest. I'd like to experience it for myself, you know, but for now it is available to cyborgs only. Exciting work is being done in the realm of invasive brain-machine interfaces, but there simply isn't much demand for it at the moment.
I guess not too many folks are willing to stick electrodes in their brains just for a taste of VR.
Perhaps, but the sense of reality is considerably improved over nanomachine-based non-invasive methods. If prices were kept low enough, I imagine the video game industry at least would clamor for it.
Who coded the virtual hotel?
An assistant. He used to write VR programs for UGs, but now specializes in cyborg software. A bit of a niche right now, yes, but when brain-machine interfaces take off, it will be a big business. The children's accommodation is a reworked version of the original beta software he built. The room's 3D models are all made using free libraries. It couldn't have been easier.
I wish everyone loved their work as much as you do, Doc. They don't go stir-crazy, though? Cooped up in their rooms?
There's little I can do about that. Creating an open world would take orders of magnitude more resources.
What about communication?
Another weak spot, yes. The NPCs available to us are all for military training purposes. It will be some time until we see VR characters capable of convincingly human interaction. Sadly, we're also not yet able to connect multiple brains to a single VR space. My assistants are operating virtual agents to give them a bare minimum of mental care. But our team is limited in size, and none of us are medical professionals, you know.
They can't stay in there forever. So, autonomous gears against remote gears? Which one do you think's got the advantage?
Well, you cannot make a valid comparison between the two so easily, you know. You must take the relative specs of the models into account, the skills of the operator, and so forth.
I suppose so.
All things considered, remote gears do indeed hold the advantage, in most cases at least.
And I get the feeling you're gonna tell me why.
This type of remote weapon can be traced back to Germany, you know. World War II. The Wehrmacht employed a remote-controlled mine called Goliath with tank-like treads on either side. The operator could send it over 600 meters into enemy territory before detonating its payload.
Germans certainly did have a knack for weird new weapons back then.
If I may continue. Now, UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, began to proliferate in the 90s. They were equipped with cameras, enabling the operator with a much greater degree of control. But it took 20 more years before autonomous craft would gain wide acceptance.
Makes sense. The AI wasn't good enough until just recently, right?
Correct. Target location and course correction were not a problem, of course. GPS solved all that. But target selection or base defense, these types of objectives require extremely complex AI routines. It was only with the advent of optical neuro-AI that such a thing became possible. Neuro-AI was developed using a completely new paradigm in computer architecture, you know. Not the von Neumann model, which served as a standard up till that point. Neuro-AI was modeled after the human brain. It can learn and mature entirely on its own.
Like the Patriot's AI, just on a smaller scale.
Indeed. It cannot copy or rewrite data, but the structure does solve several problems quite well. The frame and symbol grounding problems, to be exact. It gives the AI flexibility within unknown states. But such a system still lags behind the average human in speedy decision-making. Also, as they cannot converse, they cannot demand or accept surrender, or avoid such unnecessary conflict. And as you know, such tactics are often the most effective strategy for victory. So yes, the fact that they do not require a human soldier as a pilot is an advantage, purely in terms of resources. But in a hypothetical battle between two identical UGs, the remote gear tops the autonomous model, no question.
Got it. I'll keep that in mind.
Of course, even the remote gears have some AI these days to handle balance and other minor details. So, the line between remote and autonomous UGs grows less and less distinct every day.
And yes, as the per Metal Gear Solid tradition, there's a lot of conversations like this. But conversations like this are highlighting a lore of the game. It has been done like this in every Metal Gear game, that, as far as I remember, starting with Metal Gear Solid 1, where most of the lore was basically learned from all the conversations with all the characters and all the the technology thingamajig that was in the Metal Gear universe, and so is here. And I also believe I already said that, but I'm going through all the conversation options just so I can have this scratched ones, so I can listen to that and actually try to remember as much as I can. Only gonna go through it like this once, unless I'm gonna try to go through a story playthrough, like a marathon or something like this. Which, to actually start a marathon of Metal Gear games, I would still need to obtain Metal Gear Solid 3 on PS2, assuming it was released on PlayStation 2, and also I would need to make sure that the PlayStation 3 emulator would work good for me, so I could try to obtain Metal Gear Solid 4, which I already know where I can obtain an actual copy of at a pretty reasonable price. But the problem is actually obtaining Metal Gear Solid 3 itself. It's a pretty rare game. Anyway, let's get back to the conversations.
How's it going with the brain units, Doc? Any problems?
Oh, they could not be better. They're being kept at exact...
Okay, so he's now repeating the conversations.
I guess...
I'm just gonna skip this and we're gonna move to the Wolf.
They can't...
Metal Gear Solid 4 is so good. I only have seen people playing it, and I would love to play it myself. But hey, I don't own PlayStation 3. At this point, being able to own PlayStation 3 that is functional, it's one thing. But also the other thing, being able to get a functioning capture card that will work with PlayStation 3. Because right now I can still easily obtain the capture card for PlayStation 4, but I don't know how about PlayStation 3. And let's not even talk about PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, which for those I'm better off just grabbing the emulator and just buying the original copy of the game, which is what I usually do.
Your earlier actions were reckless, Raiden. Not to mention the damage to a perfectly good car.
I knew the risks when I decided to go through with this. Besides, the car was mine. Maverick sold it to me. It's not meant for private use. It was made for ops like this.
Regardless, your approach has proven most antagonistic. You are now a criminal, a public enemy, a police-killing vigilante. Even if your actions reveal World Marshal's designs, you will be unable to avoid legal punishment.
Probably not. But that's a price I'll have to pay. I gotta stop that VR program and get those kids back. I sealed my fate the second I attacked George.
But George is not dead. In fact, he has obtained an even more versatile body than his previous one.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about me. I was a child soldier in Liberia, like Miss Trawl said. I was a mentally deranged child. People feared me, called me Jack the Ripper.
A result of the so-called Sears program.
I thought I'd left it all in the past. But just like that, Jack came roaring back.
This is why you are so driven to terminate the VR training? I understand. I will continue to cooperate.
Copy that. All right. It's a bit brighter now.
Nothing is brighter, Raiden, but you are now more capable of seeing everything. I am setting goal markers on your Soliton radar. Use them to follow me through this area.
Good boy.
I will ignore the condescension and take that as a compliment. You are welcome.
So, how much do you know about how Desperados operated?
I was at the lowest possible tier of information disclosure, beneath standard contractors. As it was explained to me, contractors need at least some information divulged to them. I did not. As a machine, I had no contract and no rights. I was kept in the dark. My knowledge is no deeper than what is already generally known throughout the industry.
Couldn't you hack into their network or something? You're an AI.
Perhaps, if I had free access to a computer. Also, hands. Those are necessary to operate a keyboard.
Yeah, but you are a computer.
It is not so simple. There are protocol issues. Neuro-AIs are far closer in structure to the human brain than standard von Neumann architecture computers.
Well, I would have tried anyway. Did you have contact with anyone besides Miss Trawl?
I engaged in tandem field operations with Sam on several occasions. However, he was even more difficult for me to comprehend than Miss Trawl.
I bet. So you said it took 3 years to learn how to speak, right? Given enough time, could any AI be taught that too?
I cannot assert that. A neuro-AI is only capable of learning new things, not growing and replenishing its own cells. Thus, each neuro-AI is equipped with a predetermined capacity that cannot be altered. My AI contains 90 billion neurons, more than a human being. A normal LQ-84 model possesses only 1.6 billion.
That's a big difference.
Relatively, yes. I doubt any amount of learning period would enable an LQ-84 to speak. It would be similar to attempting to teach a dog how to converse. A combination of appropriate instruction and an ample neuron count are required to accomplish the feat.
So if someone else made a neuro-AI with the same capacity or more...
Other AIs as conversant as I are a possibility, yes. Robotic pets with neuro-AIs are already on the market. And I understand research and development are underway to create a model capable of conversation. Do not be surprised if such a pet becomes available before too long.
If that becomes commonplace, hard to imagine.
Is it? The human race has willingly embraced all of its other inventions so far. Steam engines, electricity, the internet, cyborgs. Perhaps the day will come when conversing with AIs, too, is considered perfectly normal.
Maybe. As normal as being a cyborg is now, at least.
The most significant challenge would be in crafting the appropriate training regimen. The only way to establish an effective learning system is through sheer trial and error. And it will take even more time to virtualize and optimize that system for mass production. One could say my own existence is due in no small part to simple luck. Of course, I was a failure as a weapon as well.
Failure or not, you're better off than an AI that knows nothing but how to fight.
I am pleased to hear you say that. I am setting goal markers on your Soliton. Use them to... I will...
Okay, I don't think he's gonna have anything else to say.
I am setting... Use...
Yep,
I will...
he's now just repeat that, so... And switch back to the in-game screen, and... I suppose I can just progress forward. And I have to do this scan every now and then if I want to see anything. But turn off the lights. That could be a Doctor Who reference. Which I assume it is. Oh, I cannot perform the sprint and... Okay, so the only way for me is just walking around.
They still have not noticed you. Do not expose yourself.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. To just straight up ignore them in this conditions. Also, welcome, Chessie. How are you doing? Oh, Cheesy, not Chessie. Cheesy Samuel. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. Okay.
Get off!
Ah, crap. Yeah, I guess at this point I have no other choice but to fight him. Alright, that could go worse. That could definitely go much, much worse. I see a data storage. That might be a good upgrade for me. He actually did not notice me. Child of 20 data storages. Is he counting that like total per game? Because if we are counting like total per game, then I missed a lot of them. One of these days I'm definitely gonna do 100% collectibles run. One day. But today is not the day. Okay, so there's an enemy directly above me. Yep. Goddamn tripod. We gotta... I'm gonna call them Gorilla, but it's...
There is a maintenance shaft up ahead. Use it to return to the surface.
But it's quite obvious that this guy is inspired by the Frogs units from the Metal Gear Solid 4. Surprisingly enough, I cannot even perform like a stealth kill on them. Oh my god, of course. Oh my god, that's actually good. Okay, I didn't know that I can actually perform that move. I just freaking tossed him like a ragdoll. It's amazing. Okay, battle points, the status bar, go away. Wish I could hold that, the little scan for longer. Also wish it wasn't cancelled every time I tried to like perform a basic move of running faster. Or attacking.
It would appear your only way forward is to return to the surface. You will exit into an evacuated commercial district. Security is heavy, but you need not worry about collateral damage when engaging the enemy.
About time. Finally, I can cut loose.
Proceed to the right from the exit.
I see what you did there.
You will find a stairway on your right. Those stairs lead to a shortcut to World Marshal Headquarters. Do not be distracted by the advertisements. You are not here as a tourist.
Sure. I'll just buy a quick souvenir or two for Rose, and that'll be it.
Raiden, we must hurry.
He still thinks about his family. That's cute.
Sarcasm sometime.
I understand your attempts at humor. I simply do not find them entertaining.
Okay, that's another VR mission. Oh, one of the things I want to do, because I have 65,000 now, I'm gonna do a little bit of a customization. I want to customize my blade because I know I need that. Nothing from body, main weapon, absorption, and energy. Just scratch it off the list. Unique weapon. I think unique weapon is good. Yeah. Life. Yeah, already bought it. Fuel cells. Already bought it. And something from skills. I still got 41,000. So maybe the lightning. Yeah, let's do that, and then I'm gonna buy the pole arm. But for now, I'm gonna leave the rest of the skills.
Right. You have almost reached World Marshal Headquarters.
Yeah, give me that box. Oh shit!
Haha, more classified data. I believe I have all I need for a little surprise.
Well, I want to get some energy, but never mind. How do I get to you, though?
It appears there are enemies on the overpass. I suggest cutting the road supports. That should bring it down.
Oh yeah. How could I forget about the most important mechanism in this game? The cut everything in that you see mechanism. I didn't catch the second one. God damn it. I never can catch the second one, man.
Enemy ahead, Raiden. Avoid fighting if you can.
Avoid fighting enemies? Is any of them captains? No. Hey, Capito. God damn it, I was too slow with the box, whatever. Yeah, the guy with the RPG is definitely gonna get on my nerves. How am I gonna deal with you first then? I did not manage to cut this guy's left arm. Whatever. Your favorite level because of the boss? You mean the Sundowner? Because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a Sundowner. Because like the past like couple hours it was all about him.
Head for the next objective marker.
Give me that. What's this? Unlocked endurance +1. Don't mind if I do. Oh, that's additional +140. Nice. Well, the more health, the better. I ain't gonna complain about that. Lethal. God damn it! I did not manage to catch his left arm. Again.
The stock LQ-84 Fenrir, unable to speak. A real dog has a far greater intellect.
Are we fighting dogs right now as well? Yes, we do. Get wrecked, doggy. You don't scream RPG, you scream back blast clear. That's a major difference. What was that jump? I'm gonna say this much, the combat of this game is like pretty damn smooth, but sometimes it feels like it's super clunky.
Isn't this all a bit much? Any decent lunatic would have quit after Mexico.
Jetstream, Sam.
I heard you chopped the land director in half. Old habits die hard, eh, Jack? But now here you are. The childish soldier, fighting for the children. But you're a man on a mission, aren't you? Gonna fix everything. Just you and your little sword there. Solve everything with violence. Is that it?
My sword is a means to an end, to protect those you'd prey on.
Really? Let me ask you. All those cyborgs you've killed up to now, maybe they weren't kids, but they were people. You ever think about them? When you're chopping them into hamburger?
They're adults. They made their choice.
Sure they're adults. Sure they signed up for this. Right on the dotted line of their PMC contract. Usually they're no strangers to war. In fact, many times they already lost a limb or two. Many times they were out of work and starving on the street. So yes, they sign up for surgery to fight God knows where. How else would you provide for your family when your country's embroiled in civil war? Pain receptors shut down, pumped full of fear-inhibiting nanomachines and sent right into the blender? Your blender? But they made their choice, right? Open your eye and see, Raiden.
I've seen plenty.
Then listen. Those battlefield emotions that the nanos suppress. Listen to them.
What are you talking about?
Shh.
There he is! Kill him!
Can we take him?
What's wrong?
The way he killed all the others? Oh, God. Please, God, don't let me die.
Let's do this! I have a family! This isn't fair. Little punk.
Listen closely now.
Die! I didn't ask for this life. I watched my wife and son die. This is all I had left. You ain't shit!
Goddamn IED took my legs. I needed a job.
Stop! I didn't know what I was signing up for.
Is something the matter, Raiden?
He pretty much went for the psychological warfare over here because Jetson Sam knows that Raiden has a PTSD.
I've nearly saved enough to bring Mama to the States.
And he just
Finish him off!
digs into that.
Whatever it takes to be free.
Which is pretty freaking...
Stop it!
It's foul, but it's also amazing at the same time.
What am I even fighting for?
And for this?
Eat this!
Fighting for these guys.
Get some! This is sick!
Why would I do this to Even moving to America.
Eat this!
Raiden, are you injured?
I thought they had a choice. A fair choice. Not like you.
People are different.
As opposed to AIs? You're all the same, huh? You and your brothers. Manipulating mankind for our own good.
It appears my statement has upset you. I apologize.
No, it's... I know you're right.
As for AIs, we adapt as we learn. Just as any intellect operates, man or machine, altering the course of mankind is not among my defined directives.
I guess that's a relief.
Samuel's behavior does not match established parameters.
You know him?
Affirmative. We served together on 3 previous missions. He proved most capable.
You think highly of him?
I have always found him dependable. Until now. Scouting data for the next area. I'll patrol ahead. You follow. Raiden, your current emotional state appears highly volatile. I am sure you do not intend to abort the mission, but I suggest you avoid combat for the time being.
Oh yeah, avoiding combat. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Well, I cannot run. It seems like all of a sudden my PTSD have kicked in so badly that I just cannot move or perform any proper movements at all. Yeah, I can even barely slice with my sword, so I guess I'm gonna have to take a long way around. And hope I'm not gonna get noticed. Well, that's basically all that we can do, I suppose. There's a chopper almost right above me. Going to try to avoid it. Its detection. There's just so many enemies moving in. I cannot even jump. Is there a way to climb on this? Okay, please tell me you're gonna go away. Yeah, just go away. That's right. Now just don't look in my way and we're gonna be fine. Okay, let me try to go this way then. Because these two guys are just standing right in front. What are you actually... whatever.
They just threw me away.
God damn it, dude.
You know it would be like this.
Well, I cannot use the Zandatsu. I cannot cut through the limbs. But that's sad. I don't understand. Should I actually get beat up over here? Like it really feels like I should take damage over here. Right now I cannot even attack.
Just? Or is that just what you tell yourself? Fuck you.
Okay, never mind.
How pleased you are to chop away, Jack the Ripper. My name is Monsoon, of the Winds of Destruction. Yeah, I guessed as much. Feasting on the insides of your enemies? How easily you ignore the loss of life when it suits your convenience. So tell me, who saves the weak from the man who saves the weak? You're the ones exploiting them. You take advantage of their weakness. Of course they get hurt when you set them up as your human shield. Kill or be killed, Jack. Phnom Penh taught me that. Yes, you aren't the only one to grow up on the killing fields. War is a cruel parent, but an effective teacher. Its final lesson is carved deep in my psyche. That this world and all its people are diseased. Free will is a myth. Religion is a joke. Controlled by something greater. Memes. The DNA of the soul.
Oh my god, he said the line.
They shape our will. They are the culture. They are everything we pass on. Expose someone to anger long enough,
they've learned to hate. They become a carrier. Envy, greed, despair, all means, all passed along.
How about full of shit? Is that a meme?
You can't fight nature, Jack. Wind blows.
Kitty!
Rain falls, and the strong prey upon the weak.
Yeah, I don't care what he says. The only thing I'm interested in is Kitty.
See your weapon as a tool. Something that saves lives. A means of justice. Now there's a pretty meme. Exquisite. It spared you the burden of all the lives you've taken. Absolved you of guilt when you enjoyed it. That is until the illusion was broken. Don't be ashamed. It's only nature running its course. You have no choices to make, nothing to answer for. You can die with a clear conscience.
You're right. About me, I mean. I knew something was off. After the Patriots, I thought I could walk off the battlefield and into a normal life. But here I am, surrounded by death, arguing philosophy with terrorists. I told myself this was about justice, about protecting the weak, but I was wrong.
Then you admit it.
I learned young that killing your enemies felt good. Really good. In America, my friends, my family, they helped me forget the devil inside. But who am I kidding? I was born to kill. The bit about my sword, that means of justice stuff, I guess I needed something to keep the Ripper in check when I was knee-deep in bodies.
You?
But you, all this, is a wake-up call to what I really believe, what I really am.
What are you saying?
I'm saying Jack is back. Doctor, turn off my pain inhibitors.
What? This is madness.
But like the little subscriber.
All right.
Dice of cringe. Oh my god, the Maxa video is definitely there in my brain.
Pain. This is why I fight. This is my normal. My nature.
You've lost your mind.
Who's next?
I'll take this dance. No, Sam. Report back to the chief. He's mine. You're the boss. I misjudged you. You are like us after all.
Now you're just being nasty. That nickname you love so much. Want to know how I got it? Actually, why don't I give you a demonstration? I think it's time for Jack to let her rip.
Okay, music is kicking in. Let's go.
it! Death approaches. I can take it! Red phosphorus, Jack. Infrared useless. Still rock here. No, I'll be killed.
What's he going to do now? Okay. Damn, he's now... Yeah, now he's dodging every single of my attacks, okay. Got him. I don't know if that's the target, but I'm trying to hit as many things as I possibly can.
Forget it! I can take it! Death approaches! Forget it! I can take it!
Okay, he's going for another phase with the throwables. Okay, let's go.
Welcome to my utopia of death!
Come here.
Magnetic force, Jack! Nature!
Yep, just fill my inventory with stuff. Why not? Okay, where's his head? Well, you are the 40%, so you probably are. Okay. I'm going to assume that I cannot just cut it. I just need to run away from it. Hey, 69, nice. Oh, so you basically... He at the same time throws a junk. This is what I got hit.
Death approaches.
You're deaf, asshole.
Back to the earth with you. Forget it. Is that your best? I hope you choke.
Okay, that hurt. Okay, dude. Okay, he's gonna do more throwables. It's pretty obvious which ones are gonna land on me because they are slowing down pretty much last second. This is a good boss fight. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, really? He's got like 5% health.
This one's on me.
Okay, this is the last 10%. I can definitely say that this game, if there was like any award for the best boss fight music available in video games, this one would be an easy win. Okay, let me guess. I'm gonna have to hold the L1 and the left analog or something similar to that.
I'll put you under, weakling.
Something that I never mastered to begin with.
Now what will you do, Jack Ripper?
I'm trying to, like, I'm pushing, like, I'm legitimately pushing the buttons as... I'm legitimately holding the button, but it just doesn't contact.
Now what will you do, Jack
Again,
Ripper?
let's try again. Okay, now it contacted. Fine.
You're dead. Dead on. Choices, please.
Alright, boss fight is over. Could do a little bit better, probably because I have died. Hey Range, hey Faded. Thanks for the GG Scabito. Appreciate it.
Don't be ashamed. It's only nature running its course. Your means end here.
No, I passed one to you. Sure as the sun will rise, the slaughter will continue.
How is he even able to talk? He's getting decapitated.
To the earth, wind blows, rain falls. The strong prey on the weak. All is as it should be.
Ripper Mode tutorial is now playable via VR mission. Okay.
Raiden?
I'm fine, Kevin. Relax. I'll get the brains. I don't want this for anyone else.
All right, man.
Later.
I consider this boss fight to be like very, very good. Like the mechanics are not obnoxious. It was all good. It was actually a pleasurable boss fight, despite the fact that he had some cheapness in him. And by some cheapness, I mean those sudden attacks in the shadows. Like being able to parry those seems to be a little bit complicated, and they're definitely going to be complicated on the higher difficulty levels, where I'm gonna receive more damage for not parrying at the appropriate time, and because it's higher difficulty means higher damage, so yeah. But besides that, this was a very good boss fight. Yeah, I'm gonna do a customization. Let's see, main weapon. I can now start doing the enhancements. To energy and absorption. I mean, why not? I'm gonna go through one at a time. Unique weapon. Huh, I got a tactical dystopia. This one is unpurchased. But it seems like a short range weapon. I'm still gonna stick with my polearm. I really enjoyed I enjoy much more using polearm than anything else. Life. Yeah, I can still afford that. Fuel cells. Well, there's 20,000. In skills, I probably cannot buy anything as of yet, so okay. It's gonna be as it is. And now we're gonna go through the most favorite part of the game. Coded conversations, yay!
You killed Monsoon. I'm impressed. The brains are in the server room undergoing training. Knock yourself out. Go nuts.
Go nuts.
I'm sorry, sir. Our business hours for the day have ended. We are looking forward to your next visit.
This actually makes me question, is she a real person, or she is just a cyborg or a robot?
Watch out! They keep on coming.
Oh, okay. I don't really fathom the Ripper mode. Does Ripper mode makes me basically slice and yeah. And it's basically like manual Zandatsu. Like I don't have to use the L2 anymore. I think it's strictly for dealing with enemies faster, if anything. As much as I appreciate the Reaper mode, the Jack the Ripper mode, I think I'm not gonna use it that often unless I'm gonna really have to like get rid of a lot of enemies in a short amount of time.
You from the top floor. Time to make your way up there.
Well, yeah, sure, but first things first, because it's my first playthrough and I want to take care of every kind of like storytelling. Therefore, I'm gonna go through every coded conversation. I'm considering coded conversations as cutscenes as well.
Well, Morris, that's Jack. What did you think? I read that only 1 in 50 soldiers can kill with zero hesitation. Guess I'm a 2%er, huh? I know what they went through, yeah. But I sure as hell didn't let it stop me.
No, I guess not.
Regular guys, they couldn't handle it. All the blood and body parts, the fear and dying eyes. Me, though, I like it. A lot. No hesitation, no regrets. Maybe it's in my blood. Maybe it's the Sears program. Probably both. The younger you learn a thing, the better you retain it, you know? I remember Liberia like it was yesterday. All the abuse, the threats at gunpoint. Next thing I know, I'm getting off on cutting guys to shreds.
Raiden.
But afterwards it was tough. Especially once I got to the US. I got counseling and education. But every time I talked with someone normal, I felt like all the killing I'd done was gonna crush me. And it didn't stop. Not in my dreams, anyway. I'd hear voices at night, calling out all my crimes, but I couldn't shut them out. The rest of my crew adapted to American life well enough, but I never could.
And it returns only now. I've always known you have a dark part in your mind. Perhaps I should not have hired you at all. Perhaps you should not be near battlefield.
The hell with that. If I hadn't signed up, I wouldn't be here to help put an end to this. I gotta do what I can to stop that VR training. I'm not the only one suffering. I need to do this for my old friends. The boys back in Liberia who didn't survive. I survived all the killing, thrived on it, but the experience destroyed them.
Duh.
Sorry. I better get moving.
Raiden, do you know where the brains are located?
Not yet, but I'll figure it out. They must be somewhere in this building.
Is that all?
Raiden, do you know where the brains are located?
Not yet, but I'll figure it out. He must...
Oh, that's a short conversation. Okay, let's go for Kevin then.
What do you think about what Monsoon said earlier about memes? You think we're all doomed to follow some coded-in routine? That there's no free will?
Well, you're always going to have restraints based on what culture you're born into. The concept of memes was first proposed by Richard Dawkins in a book called The Selfish Gene. Dawkins, a biologist, stated that even if the actions of a living thing appear to be altruistic, each of its genes is still engaging in selfish behavior, purely as a matter of survival.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He went on to define memes as a different kind of self-replicating unit. They're the genes of a culture, from fashion to chord progressions in music, even political expression. And just like normal genes, they replicate. They grow, infecting more and more people.
You buy a shirt you like and put it on. Other people see you wearing it, then buy it for themselves.
Yeah, the genes of a culture makes it all sound pretty lofty. But the way Dawkins puts it, memes can also transmit worthless things, even the bad parts of a culture. Fashion's one thing, but value-related memes can put huge restraints on people's lives. For example, the idea that having lots of money is the ultimate goal, the thing we should all strive for.
Like in the US.
Any capitalist country, really. But anyway, you catch this money worship meme, then not only are you trying to get rich, you're also spreading that idea to other people. You have to. If that meme isn't the cultural norm, then what are you working for?
So you start spreading the word about how important it is to succeed, earn status.
Right. And the really contagious memes can be even worse.
Somebody said memes?
Revenge. A guy sees his countrymen killed by terrorists, so he becomes a terrorist and retaliates. It's an infinite loop.
I think it's.
I'm sorry about that.
Child soldiers, kids' parents.
Couldn't stop myself.
Kids, so they join the war next.
The stale
and start killing other
memes
people's
for your
parents.
daily dose of cringe.
There's gotta be a way to break the cycle, though.
Dawkins wrote about that too. How we can rebel against our genes and memes. Once you're aware of your own memes, you can train yourself to identify and replicate the good ones.
And kill the bad ones.
Right.
Well, that starts with me stopping this VR shit. The Sears program's one hell of a bad meme machine.
Without means I will die. Okay, let's see if the Kevin has any more conversation options before I'm going to have to take a small break so I can refresh myself. After all, it's hot as hell and I could use a little bit more fresh air than what I have in my totally not air-conditioned room.
Guess all the staff's already gotten out.
Probably. There's an evacuation notice for the entire neighborhood, in case you hadn't noticed. Can't exactly have civvies running about with cyborgs blowing the place up all around.
I'm not complaining. This way I won't have to hold back. Too bad the cyborgs didn't go with them. I'm not even here to fight them.
Yeah, but if you're expecting to find the guys behind all this, you're probably too late.
I know. I'm just here to get the brains back. Anyone who ran this operation, worked on it, stood by and let it happen, I'll deal with them later.
Smart plan. Wouldn't be much of a warrior if you started hacking up helpless non-cyborgs anyway. Those guys, we'll get them another way.
Such as?
Well, I mean, just getting the brains on our side could change a lot. World Marshal's got an iron grip on the government. Wall Street, too. Legal action's not gonna work. But you can bet the media's gonna descend on Denver like flies once you're done here. Once you've rescued those brains, they can start talking about VR training. If nothing else, it'll definitely change public opinion, and quickly. World Marshal's stock will plunge, giving them less influence in Washington. We could see a managerial change. And, you know, the guy running the project would probably be demoted. Reassigned at least.
Demoted? For cutting up kids? That's punishment? It's gotta be Armstrong running all this. A guy who publicly has nothing to do with World Marshal.
Yeah.
Anyway, he'll have to wait. The way Monsoon was talking, Sam and Sundowner are in here somewhere. Taking them out's a start, at least.
The one thing that I have noticed is that Monsoon boss fight just came out of nowhere. Like, I was expecting that I'm gonna get Sundowner, because he was like talked about for like past like couple hours. And all of a sudden this Monsoon pops out, which is actually, from story perspective, it kind of doesn't really make sense. But then again, he just pops in and he just delivers a great boss fight with a very good music. So why should I complain? I'm just simply pointing out that it's a little bit of a weird thing to me that Monsoon just pops out like this.
Sounds like Monsoon was a victim of the Khmer Rouge.
Yeah, Pol Pot's regime. They killed nearly the entire intellectual class of Cambodia, all in an attempt to create a communist agrarian society.
Some reports claim they wiped out a third of the entire population. Just insane. Even without knowing exactly what happened to him there, you can start to see why he thinks the world is diseased.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what gave him his whole survival of the fittest worldview. Just one long series of traumatic events.
Well, directly or otherwise, the Khmer Rouge messed up a whole lot of lives. But all their victims didn't start thinking like Monsoon. People have to stop the cycle of violence somewhere. Stop the bad meme, I guess you could say. Of course, that's easy for me to say, having grown up in a nice, stable first world country.
Nah, I get it. Growing up in bad circumstances, it's no excuse for the crimes you commit.
Yeah. Man, their headquarters are massive. I wouldn't even know where to begin looking for the server room.
Okay, Kevin is already exhausted. Let's go for Courtney. We're also gonna save the game at the same time.
Yeah?
You caught all that. Guess I was Jack the Ripper all along. All that talk about justice, and here I am. Just another killer.
Raiden.
Listen, I want you off this mission. You don't have to go through this. Kev or Doc can handle saving for me.
Raiden, I don't want...
It's my responsibility to stop them before they make another Jack. It's my duty, no one else's. That's the way it is. Live by the battlefield, die by the battlefield.
Raiden, listen.
Courtney, this isn't the place for you. Keep working with me, and you're gonna wind up someplace dark.
I'm fine with that.
What?
They're kidnapping kids. They're ripping their bodies, tearing up their souls to make soldiers. I feel like they have to pay for this. If I just quit here, how would I live with myself?
Courtney.
I mean, maybe I'd be happier going back to school, getting my MBA, making 6 figures. But now I know. I've seen the truth, and I can't just forget it. Maybe I can't do what you can, but come on. At least I can handle your data. So do you want to save or not?
Yep. That's one of the goals of doing this conversation.
All right, we're set.
You're sure about this?
Positive. Look, you know you aren't Jack the Ripper. I mean, sure, you don't exactly hate every minute of your job out there, but the Raiden I'm talking to right now, he's the same one I've always known. The one who'd put his life on the line to protect the innocent, not just some maniac with a knife.
Who knows? Maybe I'm just out for revenge against everyone who made me this way.
It's more than that, Raiden. That much I know.
In any case, I'm going to stop this VR training.
All right. Good luck, Raiden.
I just want to exhaust every single conversation with Courtney before I'm gonna take a break.
Crazy to think they've been conducting VR training right at their corporate headquarters. Right under everyone's noses. All right. Raiden. Good luck out there.
Is that really all she has to say?
Crazy to think they've been conducting VR training right under...
Oh, she actually does.
All right.
Oh well.
Raiden.
Well, so it's a good time.
Good luck out there.
It's a good time to take a break anyway. We're gonna listen to what Doctor and Wolf have to say after this. But like I said, first things first, we're gonna take a wee bit of a break because I need a second cup of tea. So, let me quickly switch to the chat time. Alright, so, what do you have achieved so far over 3.5 hours? We definitely have defeated a nice boss fight. We have went through a lot of story, a lot of color conversations. So far, I think the Monsoon was the best fight that I would ever ask for. The best part about this game still, it's the music. I mean, the music, the soundtrack in this game is absolutely great. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm not saying because it's what everybody else says. I really think it's a very good thing. And if I'm gonna find a full soundtrack of this game on Steam, I'm definitely gonna buy it. From other things, I guess I could just do a little bit of shameless self-promotion so I can simply move on with the break. Thank you guys very much for watching so far. I'm only taking a small break. Links to my YouTube, Discord, whatever you guys need, is down below the panels. If you guys are new to the channel and you enjoy the show, consider following me on Twitch. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, consider subscribing over there, ringing the bell, subscribe to the like, blah blah blah, all that stuff that everybody screams all over the place. I'm mostly using YouTube as a place where I can store my clips and store my VODs. So if you guys are gonna miss my stream, you guys can just simply go on YouTube. When it comes to a form of support, you guys can support me on Twitch via Prime Game and regular Twitch subs that give you, most important, ad-free viewing and some nice looking emotes. There's also option of bits on Twitch. And for more direct support, there's also option donations for people on YouTube. Description below. For people on Twitch, there are commands besides the panels, expression support, and I also have a fundraiser. I'm trying to collect money for a new chair, because the current chair that I have, the armrests are basically just pieces of metal with socks on them. The frame that's supporting the wheels, it only has 2 functioning wheels, so I'm basically putting a box underneath myself, and also this seat itself is just a piece of metal that with something that resembles a leather. So due to my personal circumstances, I currently cannot look for a stable employment. I'm taking care of an elderly person, and my local government basically said that I should go and fornicate myself. And they basically refusing any help. This is why I'm also streaming, so I can support myself and also support the family I'm living with. Anyway, chair fund. You guys can click over there. You guys links to donations, everything kind of stuff. All the information has been said to you. So, like I said, it's break time. I'll be back after the break. The break is gonna take me between 10-15 minutes, but I would like for you guys to just wait a little bit and enjoy the sounds of silence. Well, not really the sounds of silence, the sounds of the background of the game. Be right back. Thank you guys very much for watching so far.